Galaxy says, the past few weeks I watched, I think Sage has been the all-star on the deck from card value to profitable blocks. I'm curious, why do we cut to 2? We could go back to 3 Sage. Sage of Fables, you mean? At one point we thought about running a playset of Sage of Fables because it's kind of the build-around card, other than Prodigy. Like, honestly, the 2 build-around cards are Sage and Voidmage Prodigy. The Sage plus Glenn, because of the Persist combo, which means you have infinite, not infinite, excuse me. Progressively, as the game goes longer, you have more and more negates. You have more and more counter spells because of the way that Glenn interacts with Sage of Fables favorably because of the way that Persist works. Yes, I understand it's one of the strongest. Say no cryptics, run 2 Sower. Mastermind's a creature, no spell or substitute. It's viable, it's a wizard, it's repeatable and better because it's a 1-of. Try 1, see how it feels when you draw it. Okay, so 1 cryptic. Okay. Cryptic could be an out for standstills. Adding Sage's main makes Silvergill better. I mean, we've played the deck with multiple Sage of Fables, yeah. We could go higher on that. Yes, we could. Here's an important note to talk about. Tonight, we actually didn't need the Sidisi's Faithfuls for the Profaner to bounce our opponent's board. We could still run this bullet without Sidisi's Faithfuls. They were pretty low impact tonight. Yes, they were a nice blocker against aggro, but Spellskite can fill that role as well. So I think we're going to cut them. We did test them tonight. Yes, we did go 3-2 with those cards in our deck. Yes, we did. Anyway. Should the deck be red? Asks Joe. I think so. Blood Moon's been really powerful in the metagame right now. XSV likes Splashing Black and trying Bob. Yeah, I mean, Splashing Black lets me be more interested in running the Dismember. You want me to Splash Black and just run Dark Confidants? Dark Confidant hasn't been very good in the metagame, though, recently. I mean, I mean, we have a playset. It's not... Hang on. And we have a bunch of Watery Graves we could run. Like, Splashing Black is not out of the question. I think this Black Splash will be better once Eldrazi leaves the format. If Eldrazi leaves the format, yeah, this is where we were thinking about going. Yeah, once Eldrazi's gone, yes, we would probably go to Dark Confidants and just maybe trim a little bit on the 8s. Sorry, trim a little bit of the 8 4-drops and then start running Bobs. Yeah, and then just be more about 2-drops and 3-drops. Run Thoughtseize and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, we haven't run the Cryptic for a long time because of that reason. Let's talk about the Dark Confidant Dismember Splash, though. So these are cards we were thinking about. Okay, let's talk about what we ran. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. Let's talk about the main deck that we ran, and then we'll back it up and figure out where we're going in the future. There was one main deck Spellskite, and there was one main deck Master. What the hell happened to Master? Here he is. Okay. So this is where we were tonight, minus the 2 Sidisi's Faithfuls, which I just don't think are coming back. This is our sideboard as well for tonight. And we did go positive win-loss. I feel like the Profaner's underwhelming most of the times this patch is. I don't even like Bob at all in this deck. So things we can talk about. We can run as many, I would say as many as 2 Cryptic. Maybe a 3rd, but let's stick with maybe considering 2 Cryptic Command. And let's talk about maybe considering a Black Splash. Yeah, let's talk about it. It isn't an outvalue deck, no. It is more of a toolbox bullets for the right situations, yes, but we could consider these cards. We ran Azami for about 2 weeks, Empro. She wasn't good enough. I hate to say it. I loved the Azami. It was unfortunately not good enough. Why don't we go to a playset of Sage of Fables and stop shying away from the card? These are our build-around cards. They are. Prodigy, Sage of Fables combos with Glenn. I mean, maybe we should even go to a 3rd Glenn so we just have the combo more naturally. Sorry, not more naturally. Blech. Naturally more often. We could go to a Glenn, another Glenn Alundra Archmage, and we just have the Sage Glenn just more often. I can get another one of these. It's not a big deal. What have I got? This version? Yeah. Oh, I guess it's because it was cheaper. Like, the things that are winning games, not just Master of Waves, it's also Sage Glenn. Like, our creature games are being won by Masters and Bridge. Our spell matches are being won by Sage, Glenn, Blood Moon. mostly. What's our average CMC? About 2 to 3. I would say our average CMC is 3. No, we can still run the Dismember without the Bobs. Yeah. We can still run Dismember. I'm not sure about Dark Confidant, but I'm leaving it in the consider cards. This is the sideboard. These are the, hey, I'm considering these. Okay? But yeah, I'm not sure about the Profaner. I like the tutorable bounce effect, though. It's kind of like a tutorable upheaval against certain decks. Doesn't hit their lands or other permanents. It's just a bounce to their creatures. So maybe tutorable Aether Spouts is more accurate. I like Sage and Glen more. Sage makes all the wizards draw a card. Is there a wizard that's a looter? Yeah, you can run Jace. We've ran Jace before in this, although Jace flipped actually isn't as awesome as you'd like to think. We don't have enough spells to make him super sweet, but yeah, we could run Bryn's Prodigy. We've talked about Bryn's Prodigy. Thanks for the followerino, Barrington Buckley. Go for Vryn's Prodigy. We've tested Vryn's Prodigy before. The problem with Vryn is when he flips, we don't have many spells for him to utilize. In fact, there's no spells in the main deck now. The only spells we were still hanging on to were a triple Vapor Snag. But we have tested Jace, yeah. I mean, this is definitely in the pile of considerations. We just would have to go spell heavier. Right now, we're more about, like, creatures. Yeah, Bob might not be good in the current metagame XSV, but I think that maybe someday we'll splash black instead of the red splash and go blue-black wizards and run Bob. I'd love for the metagame to change so we could try this. It's just the metagame has still been predominantly Eldrazi, so I don't think Bob lines up very well. William says Jace is a lightning rod. Oh, yeah, he'll hit, they'll aim removal at him even though he's not great in the deck. Yeah. Nuclear Warrior says splash white for Ojutai's command. What? No, if we splashed white, there's actually a lot of cool white wizards out there besides Meddling Mage. There's also the Bounce Mage that people were running, the one that's, like, pretty cool. There's also Aven Mind Sensor that's a consideration. There's Magus of the Moat. There's a lot of different white wizards that we might want to run if we were to splash white. What's up, Mr. Penguin? You've missed a lot, friend. Yeah, Reflector Mage, Meddling Mage, Mind Sensor. So, honestly, we might go, like, in the future, after Blood Moon stops being so good, in the metagame, excuse me. We'll maybe consider, because, like, the only red wizard I'm content running is the Staticaster. If we run Jace, though, we can start maybe thinking about, Grim Lavamancers. Windsock says, why are we critiquing the deck so much? Did you lose some games? We only lost 2 games tonight. We won all the rest of the games tonight, which is awesome. FYI, 06 Wizard would help with the Eldrazi. Still ringing that bell. Oh, yeah. How difficult is it to cast things as you need them? With Vial easy, without Vial not so easy. Yeah, like our Vial games feel amazing. Our non-Vial games feel like they hinge a little bit more on naturally seeing the Sage Glen. Naturally seeing the Master Waves or tutoring for Master Waves for blockers. They hinge on the Blood Moons and the Bridges a little heavier. Yeah, like games you don't see Vial, I think the deck does hinge a little harder on having Masters and either Master or Sage Glen naturally drawn and naturally just played. Yeah, Penguin, we're crushing with this deck. It's 24 and 11. Which is really good. Emperor says, I highly doubt the Blood Moons will ever be bad. If you displace the Master Waves, do I get double tokens? Yes. Because it's a state-based thing, and the tokens don't go away, and then Master triggers again, but people don't necessarily know that unless they watch the Star City game. You should show Penguin Painted Black when I'm done editing, says Fujin. It is a cool deck. Yeah, Penguin, you've missed out on a lot, friend. I've missed you. I wonder when you were going to find us again. I did send out a message on the Facebook and Twitter that we had changed places, but we got hacked, basically is what happened, so I lost my old account. How do I feel about Grim Haruspex in the blue version, maybe? Why change my name in the first place, says Gubda? We got hacked. I lost everything. Whatever the hacker did, it got the previous account banned. Run Looter Ilkor. Thanks for the refollow, Penguin. Welcome back to the show. Science rules. Alright, so... Luteral Core. No, he's a rogue. Merfolk Looter's also a rogue, not a wizard. I mean, this is one of the few... Jace Vryn's Prodigy is one of the few wizards that actually just loots. Have I tried Jory? We have 0 spells right now in the main deck. As far as instants and sorceries are concerned, the new build might have 0 spells in the main. So Jace feels pretty poor without any spells. First version's just so much better, says Luke Craig. It also has lyrics. I'm trying to have more instrumentals. Goobda! Dude, welcome back to the show. Science rules. Oh, that's fine, Luke Crank. I wanted more instrumentals for the show, so I got a bunch of Vitamin String Quartet, so I'm not really looking into buying more music right now, but maybe in the future we could get that version. Civilized Scholar, Human Advisor, not a wizard, but that's interesting. Cool instrumental is usually the way to go. Yeah, I'm like, the next 4 songs are also instrumentals, and then there's a song with lyrics coming up, but yeah, I'm trying to go more instrumental, just because the focus of the stream is me communicating with you guys, and I guess my commentary if you want it, but it's more about me communicating with you guys and seeing what you guys are talking about. Run Sage of Fables plus Puppeteer Clique. Puppeteer Clique? Isn't Puppeteer black? I want to say that card's black. Yeah, Puppeteer Clique. Oh, no. Well, there's Puppeteer. You're talking about the black Puppeteer Clique? Yeah, it's black. But that's cool. Maybe if we go black when we go Dark Confidant style, sure. In the future. I mean, we've also talked about a white splash. Like the white splash would be Medley Mage. Let's put all the color potentials in here. I don't think green, because the green wizards aren't that fantastic. But yeah, like things. Okay, so black gives us Bobs and Puppeteers. White gives us Medley Mage and Reflector Mage. And like Magus of the Moat is white. Reflector Mage is really strong. Magus of the Moat is white. So like white gives us these, black gives us things like this. I'm not sure about the Puppeteer, but I like the Bob at least. Any new future? XSV next Tuesday. I'll have something new for you guys. I've got a lot of articles to write this weekend. I've got a lot of homework to catch back up on. But yeah, I'm going to have another deck by Tuesday. Tuesday is Brews Day. Tuesday Brews Day is a thing on this channel. So come back Tuesday if you want to see a completely fresh brew. I'm not sure what it's going to be as of yet. I have a couple ideas, though, of what it could be for next week. Vendilion Clique is already in the deck. We could run more. We could run as many as 2, I think. In the current metagame, 1 to 2 is okay. They're obviously not good against Eldrazi. That's why it's in the sideboard. Our main deck could just go to Triple Moon again. Like, our main deck for a while was just a bunch of Blood Moons. Why don't we try a 3-2 split on the Glen for a little bit? And then we get one more flex card if we want it. Run Scuttletron. Oh, yeah, Mind Sensor. Thank you. Yep, Aven Mind Sensor. Yep. I mean, I'm down talking about the future of the Wizards deck. This deck's been awesome. It's been featured on Frank Lepore. Frank Lepore was raving about it on Twitter, and Frank has actually picked up my deck. Well, our deck. It's our deck. It's not my deck anymore. It's our deck. Frank Lepore has picked up our deck and played it on stream. I've heard he's had more success with it. That's good. So yeah, I mean, like, blue cards to consider or a Dismember. Like, this is a consideration. Actually, that looks really good. Hang on a second. Whoa, I like that. Hang on. Bear with me. One more card in the main deck. Overmaster, second Sower, and we're good. I think I see it. I think I see it. This is where we're going in the future. Either Profaner or second Sower. Overmaster, what about this? What about that? And a sideboard Dismember. Run Marlin and Leon and Arbiter, says Wombologist. Seriously, what about that change? Third Sage of Fables, second Sower of Temptation, third Blood Moon goes main. We've just been facing too much Eldrazi to not run the third Moon. Second Sower over Profaners dispatches? Yeah. What about this 75? What about this 75 right here? The 75 you see on screen, obviously these other cards are just being discussed. Like Cryptics, Jace Vryn's Prodigy, Dark Confidant. These are just, we were talking about different splashes, but what about this 75? XSV says, I'm a fan. Overmaster doesn't know. Well, XSV, maybe you're right.